Welcome back to Rooster Crow and TV, y'all. It's been a minute, but we back. Early morning, man. This rainy, dark weather over here just had me sleepy all day, man. Like no sun, it's just cloudy and rainy. Had me sleeping all day, man. But let's get into this article, man. You know. But before we do, keep in mind it costs $0.00 to hit that subscribe button. Not even be fair and price match. And do the same thing if you hit that like button. You know the slogan by now. Those who always tune in. Nah, man. Let's get into this article, man. You guys see the title. Parent drives to twins daycare and finds they're dead in car after being forgotten all day. Guys, we've covered some stories before on this channel, especially one that I remember about the guy who left his daughter in the Nissan, but he didn't want to break the window. Yo, as I'm reading this thing and just pondering, like, I don't understand how people can forget whole human beings, living, breathing, talking, making noise. How do you forget these kids? In this situation, these kids were forgotten in this vehicle for 9 hours. 9 twin boys, 20 months old. 9 hours, y'all. What is really going on here, man? Before we get deep into the article and, let the sheriff deputies, I'm going to let the sheriff deputy speak real quick. But before we get deep into it, let me just give you guys a little insight. In 2020, 24 children died in hot car. National Safety Council. All right? 46 children died in hot car deaths in 2019. There's an average of 38 deaths in hot cars per year. Per year. Bro, if these deaths are just simply because we are forgetting children, I mean, this is crazy. Don't get me wrong, it happens, right? I just read an article about a mom that was traveling and she actually forgot the baby at the airport. Some Home Alone shit, you know? She forgot the baby at the airport, and when the plane took off, she finally realized that she forgot her baby at the airport. And, yo, God is just so good, because when it comes to kids, man, they're protected by the Most High. Usually a plane will not turn back for nothing. But when they realized that lady forgot her baby at the airport, the pilot made contact with traffic control, and they were permitted to turn that plane back around and come and get that kid. This kind of shit happen way too often. Let me let the sheriff deputy talk real quick. We're going to make this one short because I'm going to do a few voice over this today. But these kids were forgotten in the car for 9 hours, man. If you ask me, that's kind of ridiculous. But here we go.
For very difficult jobs, and I would like them to have the recognition that they deserve. We have 2 chief deputies, Ann and Harry, our deputy chief, Oviedo Wilson, and our field training officer and head of our child fatality team, Nikki Acera. I am grateful for all of their hard work. Richland County EMS was dispatched at 1740 on September 1st to 10336 Wilson Boulevard to the Sunshine House Early Learning Academy located in Blythewood. On arrival at 1754, paramedics quickly assessed for signs of life and finding none, pronounced both children, who are identical twin boys, dead at 1755. The Richland County Coroner's Office confirmed that Bryson, spelled B-R-Y-S-O-N, and Braden, spelled B-R-A-Y-D-E-N, McDaniel, of Blythewood, South Carolina, aged 20 months old, were in fact deceased. The Richland County Coroner's Office has reinstated the child fatality team led by Deputy Coroner and Field Training Officer Nikki Acera, who were deployed immediately yesterday, along with the others you see standing before you. Our office is working in collaboration with law enforcement, namely the Richland County Sheriff's Department and the Department of Social Services, to gather all pertinent information that may assist in pinning down a more exact timeline of the events that led to Bryson and Braden's demise. At this point in the investigation, we believe that Bryson and Braden may have been in the car for 9.5 hours before 911 was called. I personally attended their autopsies this morning. Bryson and Braden do not show any physical signs of trauma or abuse. Comprehensive x-rays do not reveal any healing fractures or acute fractures. Their internal organs were developing normally, and the only abnormalities were found in the lungs. An examination of their stomach contents is consistent with no oral intake for the time frame that we believe they were in the vehicle. Further assessment under microscope, histology, and toxicology will reveal any things that were not visible during this part of the exam. In addition, blood, vitreous humor, which comes from the eye, and urine will be sent to SLED and NMS laboratories for further examination. Examination of the body fluids will confirm or rule out any chemicals, toxins, illicit drugs, or over-the-counter medications that may have contributed to their death. The cause of death at this time will be listed as pending further studies, but it is probable that their deaths were due to hyperthermia. We will not know for certain until all of the investigation is complete. We will not announce manner of death until we have gathered all of the information. I would like to say at this time, with the evidence that we have, we do not believe the Sunshine Academy staff was involved or is complicit in any way in the deaths of Bryson and Braden McDaniel. In terms of any criminal charges, law enforcement, namely the Richland County Sheriff's Department, will have to speak to that. On behalf of the Richland County Coroner's Office, I will say this: in God we trust, and everyone else we vet. Child deaths are difficult for everyone, but we must seek answers to the questions that we have before us. We must rule out any foul play, and the tests that I listed above will be able to help us do that along with the autopsy. At this time, Bryson and Braden seem to be well taken care of by their family. If this is an unfortunate accident, we pray that the family will one day find peace. If this was indeed a criminal act, we pray and we will help seek justice. I'll take your questions at this time.
So, let me turn this mic around. So, these kids were forgotten in a hot vehicle for 9 hours. And right now they're saying that there will be no charges pressed against anybody. Not even the ones who were supposed to be responsible for the well-being of the children at this time. I doubt that this is just going to go like that. You know what I mean? They're still doing the investigation. But 9 hours, 9.5, oh my gosh, it was early. But 9.5 hours in a car, a hot one. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just like, why does it happen so often? I mean, when you were getting the other kids from the vehicle, did you not notice these two boys? I'm trying to make sense of this, man. No criminal charges, nothing, not yet. And maybe I'm jumping the gun here. Maybe I'm just being too, you know what I mean, sensitive because it's some kids. But like I said, I just don't get how people keep forgetting kids like that. I saw a video a couple of months ago where a guy was on the phone and actually left his kid on top of the car, in the car seat, but drove off, and somebody had to hunk him down so he can stop. In that situation, that was his kid, which is crazy. But here, you drop your kid off to the daycare. You don't expect to go pull up and go check on your kid, and your kid is dead. Yo, This is crazy, man. An average of 38 children per year die in hot vehicles because they were forgotten by a babysitter or by some adult. Excuse me, man. Mouth dry. Let's talk about this in the comment section. Till next time.